You're probably depressed. You know what's good for you, but you lack the motivation needed to get things started. You know that it's bad to eat junk food. You know that you're just wasting your life playing video games. But you lack the motivation to actually get things started. You can't start. You want to know why? It's because your mental health is struggling. We live in a time where it's so easy to get addicted to dopamine. Literally everything in our lives give us dopamine right now. We're living in a technologically advanced world where you can easily get dopamine from your phone. Oh, let's just log on to TikTok and dopamine. That's all you know. What you need is to totally restructure the way that you get dopamine and get satisfaction in your work. What you need to do is improve your mental health. So many young guys right now are depressed and have bad mental health. And that keeps them from doing the good habits instead of the bad habits. I'm here to teach you how to improve your mental health. I used to be depressed. I used to be very, very depressed. I was sitting at home playing video games for 12 hours a day. If school wasn't a thing, I would be playing video games for 18 hours a day. I wouldn't be getting sleep. I would be playing video games. That's how bad it was. When other people were outside in recess, I was just inside looking inward and just being depressed and not talking to anyone. I had friends, or at least, people that tolerated me. But I didn't speak with them. I didn't play with them. I didn't talk with them. I just stayed inside and did nothing. This, of course, led to horrible mental health. I thought about killing myself more times than I can count. I was watching porn every single day for multiple times a day. I would literally be beating my meat till I started bleeding because I just needed something to give me satisfaction. I just needed to get that dopamine rush. I want you to think about how fucked that is. I beat my meat until I started bleeding. This is the situation that so many young guys are in, and we're not even acknowledging it. I'm here to change you for the better. I need you to learn from my mistakes. That's what I need you to do. Now, let's start with the first thing that can improve your mental health significantly. Meditation. You need to start meditating. And I know you're gonna be like, meditation doesn't work for me. I tried it for a couple of days and it didn't work. Shut the fuck up. You need to get consistent. Now, what I did was I installed an app that you can install for free and use. I use this app when I'm done taking my cold shower. As soon as I'm done showering, I go back and I start up the app and I meditate for 10 minutes. Now, there are a bunch of different options on this app. You can do 3 minutes, you can do 5 minutes, you can do 10 minutes, you can do 20 minutes. What you need to do is start at a level where you can hold your concentration for the bare minimum of time. So I would suggest starting at 5 minutes. If you can't do 5 minutes, then do 3 minutes. As long as you're meditating, that's all you need to do. Now, this app is called Medito. It's completely free. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I just want you to use this app because you need to improve your mental health. And meditation helps so much. You become so present in the moment and you start having a clear head instead of having your thoughts rush to your head all the time. I urge you to install this app. Now, another thing that is important is the location of where you're meditating. Right now, I'm just meditating over in my bed. That's what I do. But I found out that If you meditate outside in a tree, or if you live in a hilly country, go to the biggest hill you can find and meditate at the top of it. I found out that being in nature while meditating is significantly better. I don't know any of the science of this or anything like that at all. All I have is my own opinion and my own experiences. Now, another way to improve your mental health is just to become more attractive. Having bad mental health is already going to make you unattractive. So you might as well improve in the other aspects of being attractive that you can right now instead of your mental health. Now, one of the most significant things you can do to make yourself more attractive is to build muscle. You need to build muscle. Now, I have a video on how you can build an aesthetic body, and I urge you to click that video so you can see what you need to do in order to build an attractive body. Now, I don't want you to get a huge muscular body. I need you to get an aesthetic one that's attractive, one that makes people look at you and go, damn, that guy is attractive. That's what you need to do. Now, you also need to improve your hygiene. If you have bad mental health, you probably have bad hygiene. Like me, when I had bad mental health, I didn't brush my teeth for weeks at a time. I would only brush my teeth once they started hurting. That's when I started brushing my teeth. I wouldn't take showers. I was showering maybe once or twice a week in the midst of puberty, when you're sweating like hell. So of course you also need to smell good, you also need to look good, you need to fix your hair. It's probably a mess. Now, one thing that is so important for us as human beings is having a social circle. We need to have a tribe. Especially as young men, we need to have a tribe that we can develop ourselves along with and develop them. So I urge you to get good friends, not the kind of friends that are playing video games, because those aren't friends. You're not friends with those. You're friends with the video games that you're playing together. You aren't friends. True friends are the ones that hold you accountable for your mistakes and urge you to improve. Those are the kind of friends that you want to make. Those are the kind of friends that you want to keep for life, because they're going to make you so much better. Now, a way to do this is to read the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. You just need to follow along the steps. Try to implement at least one thing a day. Just read. As soon as you are done meditating, just read one thing and then apply that to your life. You will see that your social skills will go through the roof when you apply this method. So many young men are lonely. And it's saddening. Now, we can chalk this down to social media making us, not confident, or, replacing our friendships and tribes in the forms of content creators and other social platforms that make it seem like we have a vibrant social circle and a huge tribe. But this isn't the way to go about it. This is what's going to make you even more lonely. You're probably already lonely. You can't make this mistake. The internet is a giant place where you can feel like you're a part of something. But in reality, you're not. You may think you are, but you aren't. I told you about porn before, but you really need to cut it out of your life. I urge you to get on NoFap, because porn is destroying your dopamine receptors. It's destroying your perception of sex, love, and intimacy. It's probably depriving you of it as well. Realistically, you need to cut it out of your life, because people can see if you just jacked off. People can see it. So you need to stop, because people are repulsed by it. You need to cut porn out of your life, because it's so sickening, because porn is literally destroying you. And these billion-dollar companies are just producing more and more of it, knowing that it's destroying you and women and everyone. No one is benefiting from it. Even the porn actresses aren't benefiting from it. Yeah, sure, they're making tons of money, but most of them are getting abused. I want you to think about the kind of content you're consuming. It's damaging for you. And right now, I need you to wake up and think, shit, what I'm watching right now is despicable and it's bad for me. Porn is completely destroying you of your masculine drive. You're just spreading your seed to no one. And that makes you lethargic, it makes you weak, it makes you sad, it makes you depressed. There's nothing good about porn. You shouldn't be watching it. You may feel good in the moment. You may feel good when you're on page 89 of Pornhub, just looking at more porn. But it's bad for you, and you need to stop it. I urge you to get on NoFap. But the thing that is so difficult for many people is that they just jump on a 90-day streak thinking that they can do that. But you've probably been cultivating this habit for years. You think that it's just gonna go away with one try? No. This is going to take you years to do. You need to implement something called progressive overload. Now, people know progressive overload in the fitness community, where you add significantly more weights or reps to an exercise. That way you keep training harder and harder. But what you need to do is, let's say that you're watching porn 3 times a day. Start trying to only watch porn once a day. And maybe a week from then, or maybe 2 weeks from then, you only watch it once per 2 days. And then a week after that, 2 weeks after that, you watch it every 3 days. You need to progressively overload this because you can't just cut it out of your life in one try. Now, some people may be able to do that. They have so much willpower. You don't. Okay? You don't have enough willpower to do that. You need to implement this method of cutting out porn. Now, once you've done that, you need to go outside more. You can't just not watch porn. You need to do something instead with your time. Now, you can do this by studying or working on a business or go train or go outside and have a run. Just, you need to do something instead, because otherwise you're just sitting there, don't watch porn, don't watch porn, don't do anything else but watch porn. You're going to lose the battle that way. No matter how much willpower you have, you can't do that. You need to do something else with your life. Now, have that be some productive thing instead. I already talked about video games before and how they're damaging to you, because they give you a sensation of progressing. Now, we as men naturally have an instinct in ourselves to improve ourselves, but video games make you think that you're doing this. When you're leveling up in a video game, you get the sense of, oh yes, I'm accomplishing something, or you just finished a mission and you get the rewards from it. You feel so great, you feel so strong. You're such a great player in this video game. Everyone respects you. But outside of it, what are you? You're a loser who plays video games for 14 hours a day, who smells bad, who looks bad, who's probably fat, and does nothing with your life. That's the kind of man you are when you play video games. You need to cut video games out of your life because they're making you use your time on something that's never gonna have a return on investment. But some people, they play esports and they get lots of money from playing esports. You're not playing video games because you want to be a professional at it. At least hold yourself accountable and say that you're not playing video games to be a professional at it. Because you aren't. You're doing it for pleasure. You're doing it because you have nothing else to do. But the thing is, you do have things to do. But you're just procrastinating because you want to play video games instead. Replace the time that you're playing video games with something more productive, like reading or meditating or training. Trust me, those things are going to take up much more of your time. And then you're going to be thankful that you aren't playing video games anymore. I hope this helps, and I want you to improve your mental health. Because I know what it's like to have shit mental health and feel like nothing is even remotely close to being pleasurable in life, that nothing is worth living for. But trust me, There is light at the end of the tunnel. You just need to get up and move. And make sure that you're doing the good habits instead of the bad ones. Good luck and see you soon.